In 1984, a Gallup poll determined that 55% of American teenagers believe in astrology. I suspect that number is actually higher today. In terms of empirical results, all kinds of studies demonstrate it doesn't work. It's a fraud. Let's talk about marital compatibility. Psychologist Bernard Silverman of Michigan State University analyzed birth dates of almost 2,978 couples who were getting married and 478 who were getting divorced. No correlations with predicted compatibility were found. Professional aptitude. Random expectation of 34% was achieved in Nature, December 5th of 85. French statistician Michael Gauquelin sent the horoscope for one of the worst mass murderers in French history to 150 people and asked how well it fit them. 94% said they recognized themselves in the description. Jeffrey Dean, an Australian researcher, reversed the astrological readings of 22 subjects. 95% identified themselves with the reversed readings. Astronomers Culver and Iana tracked the published predictions of well-known astrologers and astrological organizations for 5 years. Out of 3,000 predictions, only 10% came to pass. See, astronomy buffs, true astronomers, always resent the connection of astronomy and astrology. So these trade publications from time to time run articles to point out that astrology is foolishness, not to be confused with a serious study of the heavenly stars. So they have 10 questions that were listed that I thought you'd be interested in considering these questions. You ask an astrologer, what is the likelihood that 1/12 of the world's population is having the same kind of day today? Why is the moment of birth, not conception, crucial for astrology? Well, why don't identical twins always have the same personality? And we chuckle. If you know any identical twins, you know they're usually very opposite to one another. If the mother's womb can keep out astrological influences until birth, can't we do the same with a slab of steak? If astrologers are as good as they claim, why aren't they richer? The stock market, how many saw Black Monday of October 87 or 2008? Answer, none. None. This is an interesting one, aren't all horoscopes done before the discovery of the 3 outermost planets invalid or incorrect? So you realize that Uranus was discovered in 1781, Neptune in 1846, Pluto in 1930. Horoscopes prior to then were obviously invalid. It gets worse. By the way, shouldn't we condemn astrology as a form of bigotry? You know, refusing to hire a Leo or to date a Virgo or whatever? Why do different schools of astrology disagree so strongly with each other? There's no consensus or convergence here, by the way. And they differ on the roles of the precession of the Earth's axis, or how many planets or celestial objects need to be included, and the allocation of the personality traits themselves. They're all different. There's no convergence or consensus here. Now, if astrological influence is carried by any known force, why do the planets dominate, you see? An obstetrician who delivers the child turns out to have about 6 times the gravitational pull of Mars and about 2,000 billion times its tidal force. Less mass, but he's a lot closer. If astrological influence is carried by an unknown force, why is it independent of distance? See, the importance of Mars in a horoscope is identical, whether the planet is on the same side of the sun as the Earth or 7 times further away on the other side. That's not a factor in the horoscope thing. And finally, if astrological influence don't depend on distance, why is there no astrology of stars, galaxies, and quasars? It's only the planets they deal with. Doesn't the omission of Regal, the Crab Pulsar, or M31 render a horoscope incomplete? There's a number of sources that you can look these things up. There's plenty of books on this that'll give you more of this if you want to, if you have a problem in this area. But there's another suggestion I thought was very amusing. It was done facetiously, of course, and that's called jetology. It's a new science, not weighed down by tradition or history. You need to have the position at birth of all jumbo jets at the moment of birth and so forth. And obviously you can go on with this and have fun with it in a sense of humor.